I'm joined today by George Olver from Movidiam, a new online platform for filmmakers.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here, and thanks so much for following the progress of Movidiam. We are certainly at a very exciting stage with the platform as it sort of comes to life, and some of the pre-registrations start to come on board, and start to really interrogate what we've developed over the last year. It's a place where filmmakers can come and profile their work, can come and build a list of their expertise, their kit lists, and anything else that's part of their filmmaking mosaic, really. So for clients, businesses, brands, and agencies looking for their expertise and skills to commission and hire them, it's a very, very clear projection of their capabilities, abilities, and talents. And we felt in the developing, in the processes of refining and developing Movidiam, that there was no place out there where filmmakers can really showcase their skills in an expert fashion, in a digestible format for brands, businesses, and agencies to be able to pick them up easily. So it's a very exciting stage.
In terms of building up the platform, how have you got on engaging with filmmakers and designing all the different elements?
It's been phenomenal, the interest that we've had in this pre-registration stage, and we're doing a fairly typical thing for a software platform, which is we've announced that we're developing it. We've put out some materials that showcase what Movidiam is going to do and offer, and we're now at the stage where we are inviting people on to start using and interrogating the program. And we've had a clear demonstration from the filmmaking community that there is interest in the proposition, because many filmmakers want to be out doing their creative and doing their day-to-day jobs and work, getting work commissioned, and actually being creative out on location, and making films. And we found that in the process of the development, that a place where filmmakers can rely and trust on the technology to actually present themselves, in the marketplace, is a very exciting one. So, we've had emails and registrations from 148 countries around the world now, and lots of incoming communications from filmmakers saying, how about this feature? Could you tweak that? Looking forward to seeing this. And I think we're just, thrilled with that, and we're very motivated by that, and it's something that we are really looking to service as soon as we bring on the very, very supportive community that is surrounding the pre-registration phase.
As well as filmmakers, has there been interest from corporations like the BBC or ITV? Is that part of the Movidiam strategy?
I think absolutely, in the medium to long term. And obviously it's very difficult for me to actually say who interest has come from, so as not to breach the sort of privacy of those people that have registered. But
Sure.
I can tell you that there is a very exciting range of businesses and brands from across the globe, very, very well recognized brands and businesses, broadcasters, and even Hollywood studios that have shown an interest in administering their workflow and administering their key skill sets on, and actually how they might look and find camera operators, DOPs, directors, editors, makeup artists on Movidiam. So there has been a significant interest from the commissioning side, if you like. So that's why we're really thrilled that we've had so many pre-registrations from filmmakers, because we've also had an equivalent number from some pretty exciting FTSE businesses and American businesses as well.
At the Filmmakers Workshop, I'm really keen to shine a light on the path that filmmakers are having to travel. It's constantly changing. How is Movidiam going to fit in and really help filmmakers on their journey?
I think to pick up on a couple of your points there, Adam, I think Movidiam is a very multifaceted platform. Whether you are looking to pull a team together for a very high-end commercial production, or whether you're looking to investigate as a small SME business, how I need a cameraman urgently in New York. Who do I find? How do I get to them? How do I know that they're any good at what they say they do? How do I know that they're going to deliver? All these things are built into the fabric of Movidiam, so you can build really clear visibility on expertise and how to ensure that things go to plan. I think in terms of your reference of raising your profile, I mean Movidiam is going to be appealing to creative cinema, short film, business filmmakers, individual cameramen, news outlets. It's just, again, I think the key point there is it's just raising the visibility on skill sets, expertise, so that perhaps the maintenance of your own personal domain with limited traffic, unless you're an exceptionally talented content producer or blogger, Movidiam can manage that infrastructure and technical challenges for you, so you can focus on the creativity. And we are going to be very, very focused on ensuring that our community of users, we're feeding them with opportunity as and where it comes to us, as people searching. So that making the connection between commissioner and filmmaker is one of our key priorities.
So by putting your profile onto Movidiam, you'll be letting everyone know what kit you've got and what experience you've got?
Exactly, Adam. You're spot on there. So you're putting in your kit list, your cameras, Red Epic 5D Mark II. If you've worked for some skincare brands, for example, you might be desirable for other skincare brands to approach, because the sort of thematic styles, look and feel, aura that is produced, and that might be something that another skincare brand is wanting to achieve as well. So again, raising visibility about niche skill sets and what marketeers want, and we live in a world now which is very on demand, and the time and resources aren't necessarily there for some of these larger scale productions that we've seen in the late 90s and 80s, and therefore visibility of these execution filmmakers, the guys that are prepared and individuals that are prepared to go and really do an outstanding job for these businesses. That's the key thing. Raise their visibility, and there's plenty of work out there for them. And I think it's just a connection thing. Recently,
you attended the BVE show in London. How did that go?
Yeah, BVE was a fantastic moment for us to start to talk to some key people within our business. Paul Williams, Phil Arnts, a few others as well, and there was really very, very positive feedback, Adam. People that hadn't heard of Movidiam that we were touching and talking to for the first time, quite inspired by the graphical interface that we were showing them. I think because Alex is my co-founder of Movidiam, my business partner, long-term confidant in all film creative projects. We were very positive with the response that we got from filmmakers that hadn't heard of Movidiam, and yet were feeling the pain points that we have felt to actually create the product. So because we are filmmakers, we felt a few of these things and thought, well, look, we need call sheets to work in this way, or we need video revisions for clients to work in this way, because we've done many tens of hundreds of productions and have a visibility on how clients like to receive their revisions.
Is Movidiam going to be free, or is there going to be some kind of subscription structure?
It's a very good question. Look, I think the key thing to think here is that Movidiam for the filmmaking profiler is a free proposition. There will be a subscription for those perhaps agencies, production companies that want to access the project management tools. Now that will be a $25 a month subscription. Of course, if you're an individual single shooter, or you've got some projects that you want to run through there, that's no problem at all. You can actually take that subscription. But for the vast majority, we surmise that actually creating a profile is important, and raising awareness of your visibility is important, and we don't want to charge for that, because naturally we want people to do that to raise the number of filmmakers on the platform. So profiling your work and having a presence on Movidiam will be free. Some of the more advanced project management tools will be under subscription. One of the great things that we're really, really pleased about with Movidiam is the ability coming very shortly after the platform is launched to actually transact and pay people through the system. So you can build a visibility on someone. Is this guy a good guy? Has he got great work? Yes, tick, tick. Who has he worked for in the past? Oh, I know that guy, or I've got a reference from them. I can see the testimonials. I can see other credits. Right, I've built a full visibility on this guy. I'm going to set some deliverables. I'm going to set some payment terms, and I'd like to escrow some money. So this can actually be transferred through Movidiam as well, much like other peer-to-peer sites do on the web. So there's a little bit of integrity around that payment process, and so you might say something like, okay, I want to be paid 10 days from when the files are delivered, or I want 50% of the funds up front. And so we thought, again, a lot of freelance filmmakers. When you ask around, being paid is still today a big challenge. And anything that we want to build towards a world where filmmakers are really celebrated for their work and the payment isn't an obstacle. So we've built this little engine to try and move towards that vision.
Yeah, try walking out of Curry's with a £3,000 TV and not paying for it.
Well, exactly. I mean, I think it's the same thing. And any stage that we can move towards more integrity in that particular sort of payment processing, the better. And I think there's a lot of stuff going on in fintech at the moment, which really is supporting that.
I couldn't be happier with the thought of smoothing out all of that stuff.
I can tell you now, the best work comes for when the money is quick flowing, and people don't think that holding on to the funds is a good business practice. Keeping the cash flowing and cash flow of productions flowing is a key thing, and I think it actually genuinely affects the creative output, because I think the creative individual can be very frustrated and get worried by this part of the process.
Yeah.
And again, Movidiam's top line goal is to really enable people to focus on the creativity and present themselves, not worry about the administrative and technical and challenging detail that comes along with that.
You're warming my heart. What can I say? The thought of wearing two hats, the marketing hat and then trying to put the creative hat, it's like looking in two different directions.
I think that is, I think when you really look at it, Adam, there are lots of different sorts of filmmakers out there. And I broadly use the term filmmakers because I think it is an incredibly diverse spectrum of people and professional people, the student filmmaker to the Hollywood DOP director, and in between that there's a vast array. And I think what's exciting about Movidiam is it's somewhat agnostic to your exact role, but it's very, very inclusive of what your role is. So you can use the platform in any way. And you can shape the platform around your use case. And I think that's one of the key bits of thinking. There's a lot of different people out there. There's a lot of different mindsets. There's a lot of different approaches. And I think Movidiam is agnostic to all those approaches, but it is very, very much inclusive to all of them. And I think as soon as we get these pre-registrations on board and people start to profile, we'll be able to demonstrate and show case studies of how diverse and exciting the industry is, and also for new people coming to the platform, it will give them some understanding of how they might like to position themselves by looking at sort of hero characters and hero personalities that are already there.
So what have you got lined up in the next couple of months?
We've got a couple of big trips coming up. I'm off to NAB, the NAB show in Vegas, in Las Vegas. There's a lot of excitement, and we'll be speaking to a great range of people. Alex is off to New York to speak to a whole lot of production companies and other pre-registered users. Again, the US, both from a commissioning side, the businesses and brands that are out there that wanting to produce content on a global scale. I know Starbucks has recently opened up and launched a media company specifically to produce video content. That's a very interesting thing. We just want to be on these stories and on these businesses that are doing this, and then being able to direct. Maybe we've got a few Starbucks pre-registrations. Maybe we can direct them to some Movidiam users and say, look, here's a guy based in Bath. Do you want to do a little case study about Starbucks in Bath? Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that's based in Singapore. Do you want to do a Starbucks study in Singapore? Here's your man. He's fascinated by coffee. He's got a red Epic. He's done 3 coffee promos before. Yeah. He's passionate about brand films. Yeah. So it's kind of creating these alignments, which is so important. So what's coming up is NAB, a trip to New York, and obviously the first wave of pre-registrations coming on to test the beta.
So where can people find out more about Movidiam? Yeah,
exactly. So Movidiam.com is our landing page there, and you can get a whole great range of videos and explanations about what's going on. There is an awful lot going on behind the scenes now. We're coming up to a very kinetic period as we start to invite our pre-registrations on, and I'd like to let everyone know and be rest assured that we are looking at every single person that pre-registered in a very focused manner, and we're working as hard as we can with the technology to create a domain platform where you're going to be very happy to profile your work.
Well, thanks, George, very much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
No problem at all, Adam. It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure to chat to you, and thanks indeed for your support and interest in the project. And I very much look forward to seeing your profile up as soon as we can get it up there.